Thanks a lot and good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. First up, your top line growth of 12.8% year on year. Could you break it up for us in terms of volumes and value?
The volume growth has been 12% and the revenue growth has been approximately 13% plus. So that's what it has been. And things are looking positive for two reasons. One is a reduction of interest rates by RBI, which in turn will make the banks reduce the interest rates. And second, initiation of anti-dumping duty on vitrified tiles by Ministry of Commerce on 13th of October. So these are the positive things which we are looking forward.
All right, could you also break your realizations up for us? The realizations somewhere last quarter were close to 365 rupees per square meter. Have they improved?
The realization has improved roughly by about 10 to 12 rupees a square meter. Looking at all the product mix, we have a product mix of ceramic tiles, polished vitrified tile and glazed vitrified tiles. So roughly about the realization has been 12 to 15 rupees square meter more per square meter.
Okay. Your volume growth, you said, is 12% this quarter. What's the visibility on the volume growth in the coming 2 quarters?
We are definitely looking at 12% plus, close to 15% in the next 2 quarters, as far as the volume growth is concerned.
Okay, so 15% volume growth. Okay, what about your margin?
Between 12 to 15%.
Right.
12 to 15%.
Okay, what about your margin, sir? Because that's seen a very smart improvement from 15% in last year. It's improved to 19.5%. What contributed to that? And can you sustain margins around this 19-20% band?
See, margins will be partly sustained, partly gas prices have come down, as you are aware, and hope to see it coming down further. The RLNG prices should come down further. But definitely going forward, we look forward to seeing a margin growth of 200 points more than the full year next year. And some part of money will be spent on brand building and partly will be retained as far as the company is concerned.
All right, Mr. Kajaria, you spoke about brand building, so could you also give us some color on what kind of expenditure are you looking in sales and marketing? And the second thing that I wanted to know is that the margin expansion that you have seen, how much of that has come in from the new capacities that you've added as well? Is there a component of economies of scale there?
There is definitely economies of scale. Whatever capacity came at the end of the last year, we are working at full capacity. And then we commissioned a plant of 5 million square meter at Morbi called Taurus Ceramics sometime in July 2015, and also did an expansion at Jaipur plant, Rajasthan for 3 million square meters of ceramic tiles. Of course, the results will come in the coming quarters, but whatever came last year has given full potential this year.
Okay. Mr. Kajaria, you indicated that you expect margins to be 200 basis points higher than what we saw in the prior year. I remember when we last spoke to you, you told us that margins for FY16 should be about 50 basis points better than the previous year. So does that mean that you are more confident about margins now compared to what you were, and the new guidance would be 200 basis points plus?
Yeah, I am definitely more confident because 6 months have given that results. And going forward, we definitely see that for the year, full year, we should see a 200 basis points more than last year. That's the scenario we are looking at, in spite of the fact that we will be spending more on brand building this year.
All right, final question then from my side. Earlier you had guided for a top line growth of close to 5 to 6% higher than the industry. So this 13% that has come in, is it because the industry has come in close to around 7 or 8%, or is it because your lead has increased or your lead has come off?
No, first half has been very tough for the industry. Going forward, the second half, the industry should definitely do about 10-11%. And Kajaria should definitely look at the scenario of 15 to 16% revenue growth.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. So that's Kajaria Ceramics, confident that they will be able to maintain a volume growth of 12 to 15% in the coming 2 quarters. And that margins for the entire year, FY16, should be at least 200 basis points better than what they saw in the previous year. And that's better than the previous guidance that they'd given us. But let's focus